Hey there, StarCraft fans! This is falconpaladin coming to you with yet another edition of One Trick Wednesday. Game number 1 of Excessive Evolution will be between Fiber Optic and Yeti here on Defender's Landing, the latter edition. Before we introduce these players, let's go ahead and go over the rules of this One Trick Wednesday. It is called Excessive Evolution. You can only attack with one kind of unit in your army at a time. After each battle, send that army into suicide and build a new army with an entirely different unit. Fiber Optic saying FP? Apparently he's the one that sent this in. And in the bottom left side of Defender's Landing, we have the red Terran player. It is Fiber Optic with a K instead of a C. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Yeti. Oh, falconpaladin. Actually, he must have said that first. So Yeti's probably the one who sent this one in. So it's going to be interesting to see how the players decide to make this thing happen. So do you send in a whole army of Adepts, and then a whole army of Stalkers, and then you transition to Void Rays? Army compositions are pretty straightforward in this double gas here out of Yeti, and the second gas is taken pretty early by Fiber Optic as well. We will see how this translates into this game, other than the fact that nobody is going to go ahead and rush double gateway here, but with double gas, it's pretty hard to sustain Zealots, but if you're planning on transitioning into something else, maybe that gas all saved up would be useful. Alright, so join me on this journey to see how my subscribers will handle this challenge. There's a link in the description for a poll to the next One Trick Wednesday, which is going to be in, it's basically a month at this point. Not next One Trick Wednesday, but the one after that is, I believe, how this works. The timing always messes up in my head, but I'm pretty sure that's how it happens. When I actually get the film or get the video edited and ready to go, that is what we're going to see. Something that makes a lot of sense. So go ahead, head down and vote for whatever you want to see. Also, feel free to put suggestions in. Put it into the comments here below. I will see them. I will add them to the list, and it will be a good time. And the democratic process will happen. Holy shamoly, Ghost Academy on the way for Fiber Optic. That's what that double gas was for. That's a Ghost Academy, ladies and gentlemen. And heading out with a Reaper. Do we want it? Do we want to name that Reaper? Went to reach for my Reaper list and like knocked my phone off my desk almost a little bit. That was super bad news. All right, let's go ahead and name this Reaper. His name is going to be Bidome, a Protoss seer who dreamt of a distant planet ruled by an unusual... Oh, that's an Oracle name, derp. That is an Oracle name. This is the Uninstaller. He could get some kills here. The Uninstaller is a gamer who's so sensitive that every time someone tells him to uninstall a game, he actually uninstalls it and never reinstalls it afterwards. After 6 months, he has exhausted all entertaining multiplayer games available in his time, decided to join the Reaper program out of sheer boredom. That's a good name. Okay, for real, dude. What? The Reaper decided he couldn't get any kills, so just went through here, scouted, and is heading home because there's a probe trying to murder stuff at his front door. The Uninstaller, considering the fact that he takes it to heart when someone tells him to uninstall a game and actually does it, this actually makes a lot of sense, that he'd go all the way home to kill a probe, passing up the opportunity to kill innumerable probes back here at the Protoss base. I mean, that was as wide open as you're going to see a Protoss mineral field in any game of StarCraft 2. It's going to be Zealots for Yeti here. He's going for charge, so it's a charge attack. This is actually something that is fairly common in certain levels of StarCraft 2, this 2-base charge a lot attack. So Yeti obviously kind of piggybacking on that one, going to get something done against our very odd Terran player, going for Cloak for his Ghost, going for a nuke. After that, I love what I'm seeing here out of Fiber Optic. I don't know if Yeti's going to be ready for it. He's got a Forge on the way. He could have cannons for detection. A robotics facility would be much more useful, I have to say. But this is going to be our Zealot wave of attacks here out of Yeti. Oh, and stay tuned to the end of the cast as well, when I will go ahead and say what the next challenge is going to be in 2 weeks from now. That's how that works. You vote on the one that's in a month, but I tell you what the challenge is for the next one at the end of this cast. And I do want to reiterate, you have 10 days from today to get your One Trick Wednesday submissions in for the next challenge. Anything after that, I cannot get to my screeners in time for them to have time to screen them and get them back to me for me to cast. So just 10 days from today, that's going to be how this is going to work. So Ghost coming in here, going to have a nuke very soon. Already has Cloak. This is going to go super poorly for Yeti. I feel really bad about this. It's a nuke rush in game number 1 of One Trick Wednesday. There it is, the nuke icon on the minimap, and the probes come in. Oh, they ran. Oh, good reaction time there, actually, from Yeti. That was actually super good. It's going to kill a couple probes, and by that I mean 0 somehow, because the probes that were on gas actually were in simulators when that nuke hit. That's incredible. All right, so we're just going to use some manual probe killing here with your attack that does do 20 damage versus light, or you could waste your attacks on a photon cannon. You're never going to kill. The Zealots, look how fast they run when they have charge. They know the ghost is over here somewhere because obviously it's hitting the photon cannon. Dude, I don't... All right, another nuke possibly on the way. Oh, there's the charge. The observer going to try to chase this ghost down. There is that death sound from the ghost. Ugh. All right, bad news. Fiber Optic did his best. Yeti's map awareness was just too good. He saw that coming. He moved all his probes out, got some cannons up, got an observer, and everything is fine. So it's time for a Zealot attack. Here from Mr. Yeti. Got a Warp Prism coming in too. Might just go for like a mass. If there's one wave, I guess that's a good example for our first game in One Trick Wednesday today. If we just see a giant wave of Zealots and they win, because I feel like that is a very real possibility here. Fiber Optic really put all his eggs in that ghost basket that he's not actually carrying anymore. No more ghosts, no more nukes. Transitioning into a lot of barracks, getting a tank, getting some medevacs, expanding now at 6.5 minutes. 35 to 29 harvesters. Yeti's looking okay with this one. Is he working? Did he get +1 already on these Zealots? He did get +1 on these Zealots. So they have charge and +1. And +1 armor's on the way too. I'm not sure if it's going to finish by the time the Zealots show up at the front door, but regardless, this is actually pretty scary. Army supply is 800 for the Terran player compared to a full 1,600 for Yeti. So it's a 2-to-1. 2-to-1 odds. Well, 2-to-1 army value in favor of the Protoss player. Giant wave of Zealots coming in. I don't know what wave 2 is going to be here for Yeti, or if there's even going to be a wave 2. He's working on resonating glaives. Okay, so I think this is what this is. Going to go ahead and suicide in all the Zealots, and if they're dead, then we get a Depths out of this Warp Prism next. So I like this very much. This is just so many Zealots. There's a tank here. Oh, and our Reaper friend is here. The uninstaller dies ignominiously. To a million Zealots. The Zealots are going after these SCVs, and look at how fast they chew them up. Chew, 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 chew. Delicious, delicious stuff. There is a wall and 2 Marines and a Marauder behind this wall if you need to repair. You got to repair this wall right now. Trying to get there. Trying desperately to get there. Is there enough repair? Oh, they save it. They save the supply depot with the repair action. Another supply depot also getting repaired. Yeti has shut down the natural base of Fiber Optic, though, so that's pretty good news. The question is, can he get up this ramp? I don't know if he can do it with Zealots, even if they have +1. Oh, shuttle them up. Yes. Yes, shuttle them up there. Another big warping of Zealots and ferrying them up. Can they ferry up? I don't know. So 4 Zealots here. Do they not have they have the charge? Why didn't they? Okay, so now going for these Marauders and trying to attack at the same time here. Fiber Optic has a lot of minerals. He can repair forever and ever. Get the SCVs that are repairing. Killed those ones. There we go. There it is. SCVs here trying to fight as well. The Zealots have broken through. They've broken through the front door. They're going after everything that is here from Fiber Optic. He is down 80 to 46 total supply. This Zealot rush doing such amazing work against Fiber Optic here. More and more Zealots warping in, and Yeti says, if I don't need my Adepts, I don't need them. And that's a good game out of Fiber Optic. Fiber Optic is defeated, and Yeti is your victor today with a gajillion Zealots with +1/+1 and charge against a nuke rushing Terran. That was unorthodox, to say the least. All right, so that's game 1 of our One Trick Wednesday. We'll come back with game number 2 in just a second. Welcome back to One Trick Wednesday, everybody. This is Falcon Paladin, your host, and game number 2 of our challenge is going to be between the Actuary and Frog on Defender's Landing, the latter edition. Actually, the same map. And in the bottom left side of the map, did we just slow things down by accident? We might have done that. Might have pressed that minus key a tiny bit. In the bottom left corner is going to be our red Protoss player, the Actuary. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Frog. Again, it did that thing where it zoomed in really fast. Did you see that? It was like instantly zoom, and I can't even do that if I try. Something's glitchy. Something's glitchy here. We're going to speed up just a little bit more just because the early game of these One Trick Wednesdays are pretty much we know what we're dealing with. Right, nothing too exciting to talk about here. Frog and the Actuary. Not entirely sure who was going to be doing the challenge. Well, the name Frog is fairly familiar. It's familiar to my many challenges, whether it's Cheese or One Trick Wednesday. We'll see if he is the dude who's going to be doing the challenge today. Really hard to tell. Hard to tell in these early stages who's going to be the one. to try to make this thing happen against their opponent here on the ladder. No chatter between these players at all, unless I missed it, which is possible. Sometimes words appear right in front of my face, and I do not see them because I'm talking about other stuff. I'm looking around. I'm looking at different corners of the map. I'm checking the production tab, checking worker count, and I don't see it. So these players probably said, good luck, have fun, and then it was like, oh, thanks, man. You too, and I hope your mom's recovering well from her illness, and they had a nice chat back and forth, but I missed it because I wasn't paying attention. Spawning pool on the way from Frog. That tells us absolutely nothing. Gateway here. Chrono boosting out an adept is the actuary. Tells us nothing either. Another gateway is coming up. That double gas is done for the actuary. And second base done here as well. Got some probes scouting. Just trying to see what's up here from Frog. Working on speed. So if I were the Zerg player, I'd probably just go a good big flood of lings and follow up with a bunch of roaches alone and see what happens. That's actually not too odd when it comes down to it. It's not a very weird thing, not something you would not that you wouldn't expect on the ladder here. Roach Warren coming in from Frog. Maybe he's just going roaches first. Could just be going roaches first. Yeah, there's a stalker from the actuary. So it's definitely Frog who's doing our challenge today. He's going for some kind of about a 2-base ling timing initially. Okay, so he is making lings, obviously because he got speed. Duh, Falcon Paladin. Why would he get speed if he was just going straight to roach? I guess he could go ling later. Right, roach first, then zergling. That seems totally fine too. All right, so lings are to come down. This is such a... Does he not know about this back door? The actuary, come on, man. I know you walled off the front, but there's this other back door here, and lings can easily access this without having to knock anything down, which is usually what keeps you safe. What you want to do if you want the front door blocked off is kill this cooling tower and wall off this back door instead. But the actuary seems entirely unaware of this back door. Frog is not actually bothering all that much either. So maybe it's a truce. Maybe Frog's like, you know what's sad? You don't know about this. Oh, he does. He's throwing up some gateways, but it's way too late for that. Ling's trying to decide what they should do. What's priority targeting here? Gonna get a surround on these adepts. They don't have resonating glaives. The probe's fighting as well. I don't think those lings killed anything. Maybe they killed a probe. Maybe one, but that's 14 dead lings in exchange for a single probe. That went super poorly for our Zerg player. All right, round 2 is going to be roaches. Round 2 fight is going to be roaches. +1/+1 on the way. Frog getting the +1 melee attack. Perhaps he's going to rush to ultras here. I don't know why else he'd be getting +1 attack. I really don't. Speed being researched for the roaches as well. And immortal production beginning for the actuary. Oh, that's really good. If he has immortals against these roaches, this could be a roach massacre here in wave number 2. Frog is going up for a third base here. Along the top side of the map, a lot of gateways walling stuff off of the actuary. Little do you know, you don't have to worry about lings. Don't have to worry about him. Spire coming in for Frog too. I think he's just keeping his options open. He's like, you know what? I want to be able to make a wave of whatever the heck units I need to make. So I'm going to make all the tech structures. If I need mutas, I'll make them. If I need ultras, I'll make them. If I need anything else, I will make them. Assimilator, pop it in. So 4 assimilators here for the Protoss player, 4 extractors done for Frog as well. Saturating his third base, not very much. There are 0 workers at his third for Frog. But here comes an adept attack out of the actuary. He doesn't have any upgrades except for resonating glaives, which is approximately 12 seconds away from completing. So this, again, roach pretty good. Against adepts, they're just slow. So if the actuary can use the psionic transfer ability to slip past those roaches and actually start killing drones, this could go very poorly for our Zerg player. 4 spore crawlers coming in all at once for Frog. He's worried, man. He is really worried about void rays and oracles and warp prism harassment. And this probably is too much, but you know what? Better safe than sorry. That's what I always say. Adepts actually accidentally stumbling into these roaches. And Roach is not quite ready for this. Not really ready for this at all. 3 of the roaches, 3 of the 8 are attacking. The rest of them are kind of coming in. There's the Ravager upgrade. And is he going to turn all these into Ravagers? I think he needs to. I think based on the rule, I think he needs to turn these all into Ravagers. You can't go... how do we feel about this? They are the same unit. Right? Ravager is the same unit. Hard to say. It is really hard to say here. I don't know. We'll see what he does with it. If he just sits here with them, I'm not going to worry about it. Not going to worry about it at all. Third base, warp it in for the actuary, which, if you don't know what an actuary is, it's somebody, if I understand correctly, who sets values on things. Like, there's a type of actuary who looks at, like, insurance coverage and says, how much is it worth if somebody loses an arm on the job? How much compensation do we owe them? How much loss of life quality is that? And it's kind of a morbid job, but you gotta do it, right? If you're gonna pay out for insurance based on injury and death, you have to determine how much to pay out somehow, and these actuaries do it. It's pretty, I don't know, it takes a certain kind of person to do it, a very smart person, very attention to detail oriented person. And whoa, it can be a pretty rewarding job if that's the kind of person you are. All right, Ravager follow-up. Here from Frog, we have a lot of Adepts. We have Immortals. We have Stalkers. None of these things are great against Ravagers, as it turns out. So if these guys attack straight up, they do have +1/+2, which is amazing. +2 melee attack on the way, +1 flyer coming in as well. 4th base and a 5th base coming in for Frog. He feels very, very confident in this game. He is bringing an Overseer along, which is fine. You can read Detection. Not going to complain if you bring Detection along on your attack. In case you were curious, that would be really dumb, actually, if I said no Detection allowed on your attacks, because then you would die to Dark Templar and Cloak Banshees and Lurkers and all sorts of bad stuff. So 4 Overseers might be overdoing the Detection a tiny bit, but you know what? As I always say, better safe than sorry. Dude, I need you to attack, though. It's Frog. Let's do this. Okay, thank you. Wow, thank you for listening. Did you see that? He responded so quickly to that. So coming right in the front door, no backdoor shenanigans this time. You could probably move your Ravagers up a little bit if you wanted to all attack this Cybernetics core. Some of these guys in the back aren't super interested in participating. There we go. There's a little scooch up forward here. The army for the Actuary trying to come around the backside and sandwich these guys, but they do kill the Gateway and the Cyber Core at the exact same time. And here we go. Amazing positioning here by the Protoss player. The Ravagers trying to get in a better spot, but just kind of dying in the process. Corrosive Biles need to hit so bad. These Ravagers are getting destroyed. Good dodge by the Actuary, though. It takes maybe a couple hits, but I don't know. The Ravagers deciding, you know what? We're just going to go for it. We're going to suicide in. Corrosive Biles getting thrown down. Nice hit. So killing a couple of those sentries. Sentry's not doing much, actually. No force fields whatsoever. The Immortal count is insane. It's 9 Immortals for the Actuary. And even though they're not particularly great against Ravagers, when you outnumber the Ravagers that much, the Ravagers are going to die. They're going to take a lot with you, but they are going to die here. So 20 Adepts dead, 3 Stalkers dead. No Immortals got killed for 21 Ravagers. 21 Ravagers. Look at these Immortals. They're just immortal. 2 kills, 1 kill, 0 kills. You guys are slackers. 4 kills on that one. He's a hero. And 0 and a couple more. I guess, I don't know, hard to get kills when you're just overwhelming that much. Okay, what's round 3 for Frog? Round 3 is currently nothing. Round 3 is he has 3 queens and 107 drones to the 60 probes of Actuary. Actuary's coming in. You know what? A really big Muta swing would actually be pretty incredible here. If he could get some Mutas out, because there are 3 Stalkers on the ground for the Actuary and a Sentry that can shoot up. So if he could somehow, there we go, 15 Mutas, that counts. 15 Mutas, he could make more. I don't know why he stopped. I guess he's probably larva starved is what he is. Yeah, he larva starved. Those injects maybe haven't been as good as they could be. So Immortals showing up, Zealots showing up for the Actuary as well. This 3rd base is going to die. It's about 4 volleys from this Immortal group, and it's toast. +1/+1 done on those units. A lot of drones going to die, but I feel like Frog still has the lead if that's the case. All right, Mutas have popped out. Some Mutas have popped out at the 3rd base. Some Mutas have popped out somewhere else. I don't know where the rest of the Mutalisks are. Here they are. Here they come. All right, so your job is to kill the Stalkers real quick, because this 4th base from Frog is going to die as well. I mean, yes, the Mutas are virtually unopposed, but it still takes a while to kill Immortals with Mutalisks. Some of these drones getting picked off, and now it is 60 to 65 Harvesters. Frog has a lead, but it's not much of a lead. This 5th base going to die as well. 9 more Mutas on the way from Frog. Phoenix production has begun from the Actuary, so he has the correct response to this. He understands that Phoenix are good. This Immortal count is starting to suffer a little bit. 4 of them have been killed thus far. A lot of drones died. Frog is down to 46 Harvesters. It's 46 to 60. And now it's time to chase them all home. So the Mutalisks have +1 attack, which is super useful. That Bouncing Glaive benefits immensely from that, chasing the Immortals home. The Zealots can't do anything about it. The Wish, they could jump into the sky and attack them straight up. Some Stalkers are here, but they're severely outnumbered. There are 27 Mutas in the sky right now and like 6 or 7 Stalkers. More Stalkers coming in. You really need the Phoenix. You need those Phoenix to deal with this Mutalisk attack. And I don't know if we're going to get it. I don't know if we're going to get it here. All the Immortals are dead. All 12 Immortals have been killed. Resources lost at this point for the Protoss player is 12,000 compared to 9,000 for Frog. The Phoenix, this takes a lot of control. It's very, very possible, right? Very possible for the Phoenix, although if they're completely ignoring the main body of the Phoenix, they're not as effective here. So Natural Base getting murdered by this murder of mutas. And the Zerg player is going to take care of this. No problemo. Has 28 mutas in the sky, and like even GM level control here with the Phoenix might not be enough, considering there are 5 of them. 5 Phoenix versus this many mutas. You know, just to not slip up, right? Not to slip up once. The Phoenix are so afraid to attack, and that's it. A good game out of the Actuary. The Actuary is defeated, and Frog is victorious. Yahoo! So that works out. So what did we do? We did Roach attack. We did Ling attack rather. Into the Roaches never attacked, did they? No. Ling attack into a Ravager attack into a Mutalisk transition, which worked out so perfectly just because there was no anti-air. From the Protoss player, Phoenix came out, but his confidence in the Phoenix wasn't good enough to make a difference. All right, so that's game number 2 of our compilation. We'll come back with more One Trick Wednesday from Falcon Paladin in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to One Trick Wednesday from Falcon Paladin. Game number 3 will be between SM-clad Strife and A-Move on Proxima Station, the latter edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is SM-clad Strife. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is A-Move. So a TVZ here for you, and game number 3 should be an interesting one. As far as my screeners are concerned, 3 of them chose this one, so I have high hopes. All right, so sending out, okay, so Hatch first out of A-Move, sending a scouting drone. I'm speeding it up because I don't want this compilation to be like 2.5 hours. I just want to keep it to around an hour, which is just about long enough to where I don't lose anybody in the middle. All right, a Reaper first from SM-clad Strife. We'll slow it down for our Reaper as he decides to move out across the map. Let's see what he is up to today. This Reaper's name is Bob. Bob was one of the first Reapers that was named by the one and only Falcon Paladin, wanting to prove his worth towards the one who named him. He went forth to the enemy base and died. Not willing to give up, his soul came back to life and possessed every Reaper after him in order to feel the surge of being named by Falcon Paladin again. Now back with his original name through endless cycle of life and death, he once again arrived on the battlefield in order to get into the Reaper Hall of Fame. All right, Bob, you've done this before. You've been this here before, man. Can he get a drone kill? He gets 2 drone kills. Oh, do not underestimate Bob. He has a lot of practice doing this. He's going to try to get some kills here. There are some Lings. There are some Queens shooting him in the face there as well. If there are drones at this natural base, this could go very poorly. Oh, there are drones here. And another drone kill. Wow. So far, so good from Bob. Ooh, 2 hit points, and he lives. He lives through being chased away by that Queen, but that is pretty impressive stuff from our Reaper buddy. I'm going to speed it up here as nobody looks like they're going to attack for some time now. I know some of you guys hate this, but I will get it back to the regular speed as soon as something happens. Once again, this is for compilations. Gotta do it for compilation. 6 drones on the way to time for A-Move. 32 to 23. Total Harvester Zerg player has a 3rd base coming down at the low ground behind his base, which is exactly what you want. Taking his 2nd gas here. Actually already has gas at his natural, so a lot of gas. Already 4. And a quick lair from our Zerg player and double evolution chamber. So what's his first wave attack going to be is the question of the day here. Marine production, Widowmine production from SM-clad Strife, working on double pumping Liberators. Not Medivacs. There is a bit of a drop here at the natural, and doing a lot of work are these Marines. Finally getting chased away, though. And it looks like it's going to have to be Zerglings. Going to have to be Zerglings for the first attack here from A-Move, and he wants them to have upgrades before he moves in. So +1 attack is on the way for them. He is not working on +1 Carapace yet. He's a little mineral starved for that. He has a lot of gas in the bank, though. I don't know what his 2nd wave is going to be. Got to keep a better eye on that minimap, you guys. The Liberators are here. The Marine count continuing to increase. 12 drones have been killed by SM-clad Strife so far. Pretty great, actually. Though he is technically down 48 to 34 Harvesters, which is not where you want to be. There's a single drone running around and an attack moving out. Kind of just pushing out his front door a little bit as SM-clad Strife. Is he going to expand behind this is the question. I don't know. Moving across the map here, and A-Move, is he just going to go? Yeah, he's got Lings. He's got all the Lings for his first attack here. First defense is going to be Zerglings with +1/+1. 28 more Lings on the way. Getting a Nidus network and going for a hive. I think he wants to Nidus his Terran opponent, but the Terran opponent is actually coming to attack him first. These Liberators are going to cause these Lings endless amounts of problems. The Queens are going to have to be the MVPs to deal with these Liberators, because if they're not, this might just be the end of it for a move. Lings moving down, splitting into separate groups, trying to see where's the Terran player going to attack. He doesn't know. This debris is under attack, and this is where the Terran player is going to come from. Nidus network is done, but if you leave now, you're in a lot of trouble, A-Move. He's expecting an attack. He's expecting something to happen here at the 8.5-minute mark, and I cannot blame him for doing so. Hive is just about done. Hydralisk stand 2, Roach Warren. I think A-Move, again, wants to keep his options open for what's going to happen here. So Liberators and Marines from SM Cloud Strife, nicely done, setting up the Liberators. Oh, 3 Liberators right at the front here. The Marines are staying inside the circles of safety. Ling's going to take out the tank, not protected by anything. Can the Lings deal with these Marines while their Liberators overhead? They're going to have to be. They're going to have to be, and they do clean it up. All that's left are these 3 Liberators, which the Queens, can they engage? The Spore Crawler really should move here. Liberators actually decide not to push. Again, perhaps worried about those Queens. One did die here at the natural base, I believe. The Lings need to go out. 52 more Lings on the way. Already have +1/+1. +2/+2 on the way for our Zerg player as well. More Marines, more tanks, +1 vehicle weapons being researched by SM Cloud Strife. And I don't think A-Move can make anything else until his Lings are dead. He's getting muscular augments, which tells me he wants Hydras. Whether or not he actually makes them or decides upon something else is going to be a good question. He has this Nidus network he's not using at all. I would love to see a Nidus Swarm come up like right here and just try to take down this natural base of SM Cloud Strife. It might just win the game immediately at that point. Overseer coming in, trying to see where can I put a Nidus Worm. That's not a good place. There's tanks and stuff there. All right, swinging around this backside. This looks nice and open, though. This looks nice and open. You can hide something back here the Terran player will not see. So it is time to go. It is time to throw down your Nidus Worm. There's nothing in the Nidus network, though. Why? Why is there nothing in there? I want you to use your Nidus Worm so bad. A-Move. So bad. All right, well, speeding it up if we're going to hang out. Oh, as soon as I speed it up, the Nidus Worm starts to erupt here in this natural base. Landing his 3rd base now is SM Cloud Strife. The Nidus Worm, boof, comes out of the ground. These Lings are here with +2 attack. Lift off your orbital command, SM Cloud Strife. Do it. You're going to lose your orbital command. Oh, he does lift. He lifts it in time. And all these SCVs, oh, they're fighting. Why are you got to run away? Pro tip from Falcon Paladin, you got to run away. Lings going for it. Going to try to take down these tanks, first of all. Getting us around on one, getting us around on the other one. Look at the DPS on these Lings. Oh, that tank has 5 hit points remaining. He's going to be so useful doing that full damage. Lings just coming out one by one by one. No. To their deaths. So many Lings are coming. And you know what? They might actually do this thing. The tank explodes. Can't deal with these Liberators, though. No, you really can't deal with these Liberators. Lings getting here inside the main base. Doing some work. Nidus Swarm is finally empty. How many Lings are dead? 144 at the 11-minute mark. It's a lot. Hellbat's going to clean those Lings up as well. And the Nidus Swarm's going to be killed at the same time by these Marines. So it looks like, 15 Hydras. Hydralisk, the tech choice of the follow-up for SM Cloud Strife here in our Progression One Trick Wednesday. And let's see, does he have upgrades? He's got the muscular augments. Is he working on +3 melee attack? He does have +1 missile attack, which is going to be good for these Hydralisks, which means they have +1/+2, and they do. But the Ultralisk Cavern and the continued upgrades of the melee tells me A-Move wants to go for Ultras at some point here. So one of these waves is going to be Hydras, and then from there, whether it's directly to Ultra, I don't know. But it could be. It could be. They're going to go, yep, going right into that Nidus network. I like it. Is he going to do this again? I think he's going to do it again. Terran player is not keeping an eye on this corner at all. He's got some worker, or some, yeah, he's got some army kind of generally in this area, but not close enough to see this corner of the map and see this Nidus. Oh, at least sees it now. All right, do you want to come out here? I don't think you do. He makes, well, he pops out one Hydra. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but yes, SM Cloud Strife did manage to see that one. He was keeping an eye on it. He was actually lulling the Zerg player into a false sense of security. Gold base just about to pop here for A-Move. Let's watch this pop. There it is. There's that pop. That popping sound with a little carrier trophy there for A-Move. He won that by playing an online SC2 tournament, which you can sign up for. Play against people of your own level here. All right, so Hydralisks, where are you going? Ooh, what the? A lot of Lings coming in. Is he killing his own evolution chamber here? What? And now he's killing all of his Hydras. Okay, he decided Hydras are not what he wants. Nope. Not Hydras at all. Look at them go. They're chewing each other up for breakfast. They kill each other so fast. All right, does that count as units lost? It actually doesn't. If you kill your own units, it doesn't increase your units lost tab. That's a very interesting fact. Very interesting thing to know. Does it show up in resources lost? I don't think it does. Maybe it does. I should have kept a little closer eye on that. Banelings. All right, Baneling is going to be wave number 2 here from a move. He decided to kill all of his Hydras in keeping with the rules, and now he's going for Banelings. So there are a couple Hydras still in the Knights network. I'm not sure he remembers that they're there. Probably not, which is totally fine. 27 to 40 Harvesters. A move is looking very good. The Terran player not expanding very well. He's at 14 minutes and on 3 bases. Which, considering the fact that you have this many mules, means you're going to mine yourself out sooner rather than later. Should go for a 4th base at some point. A lot of sensor towers up, actually, which is going to be useful to detect incoming attacks. A 5th base on the way from a move along this bottom right side. Even as this gold base is being saturated, Baneling speed finally getting started from a move. And it's going to be a Marine Hellbat composition, which, depending on the micro, could be great against these Banelings that are going to come his way. The question is, can his micro be great against these Banelings that are going to come his way? Don't know. Overlord does get killed. Queen spreading creep all the way down here to this gold base where SM-Clad Strife wants to land his 4th base. He has to wait for the creep to recede, which is so frustrating. Can he land it now? I think he can land it now. Gotta pay attention. I guess he's clearing out creep. Gonna scan again, possibly killing some of the tumors that are above ground. He doesn't know about the other ones, though, because they're invisible. They are burrowed. You can land. SM-Clad Strife, let's do this thing. Ready, set, land. 27 Banelings in production for a move. It's 39 Banelings. 39 Banelings. With +2/+2, is that the case? +2 plus... Oh, +3/+2. Goodness gracious me. That is going to be one heck of a Baneling hit. How are the upgrades for our Terran player? +1/+1 there. Working on +2/+2 in that production tab. 13 more Banelings. This is going to be a giant wave of Banelings, which is going to be fun. They have speed. Now, there it is. There's the rolling. There's the rolling Banelings. It is such... It's kind of a hypnotic sight. Looking at them all roll, mostly in unison. It kind of looks like it's a... Anyway, it's an LED strip, like at a football game. That's kind of what it looks like. All right, this is so many Banelings against this group. Once again, nothing to do with the Liberators, but otherwise, I think we're okay. Yeah, those Banelings are still alive. They killed everything that was on the ground for SM-Clad Strife. Killed the tanks. The Marines not running nearly fast enough. More tanks dying. Again, a tank dying on a Baneling is probably fine. Sneaking past the Great Wall of Supply Depots. Oh no. SM-Clad Strife did not know that there was a gap in that wall. These SCVs are getting hammered. That's 47 dead SCVs. 47 dead SCVs. This 4th base is on fire for SM-Clad Strife. What's the follow-up going to be? He doesn't have anything. He has 2 Hydras and 3 Lings. He's trying to kill... I think he's trying to kill them to go for Ultras. Yeah, going to go for Ultras here. 5 Ultralisks in production. Not fully upgraded. Not chitinous plating yet, which is odd. It's not a very long upgrade. 79 seconds. Not nearly as long as, for example, Carapace level 3, which is 157 seconds. Creep spread is basically still here. Again, Ultras are really good. Or not great against Liberators, rather. I said that backwards. Liberators are really great against Ultras. Ultras are terrible against Liberators because, again, nothing can shoot up. Nothing, actually, that a move is attacked with can shoot up yet. So, I mean, a Muta transition would be pretty great depending on how fast these Liberators could transition into anti-air mode. And again, the Muta count, or the Marine count, rather. This Marine count with the +2/+2 working on +3/+3. The Ultras are going to be fine against this. It's just, can they stay out of the circles long enough to avoid getting shot down by these lasers? What are these called again? Concord Cannon, 75 damage. Weapon speed 1.14 and a range of 10 in a big circle area of effect there too. Liberators are strong. Very, very strong. Alright, so Ultralisk here, +3/+2. Armor 4 already. There's the chitinous plating and there's the +3 ground carapace coming up. Vehicle weapons 3 on the way from SM-Clad Strife. He's working hard for this +3 stuff. I don't know if these Ultras are going to be enough. In all honesty, that is how I feel about this. Alright, Ultras. Going for it. Spreading that creep to the bare edge of where she can is this queen. And going to get... No, one of them gets killed. The other one, though, pushing... Oh, tank killed it. Oh, no, a tank killed it. Just at the last second. If you attack into this A move, I do not feel great about your chances. Lurker Den morphing in from A move. And here we go. I thought that would work. Here we go. I mean, are you waiting for a +3 ground carapace? Because it's going to be a while. It's going to be like another 60 seconds, which is a long time to sit here. Long time to sit here and just kind of hang out. Yeah, I think you kind of maybe push through this side and attack up this way behind the Liberator circles, or just go for it. Or you can just go for it. One of the Liberators dies, or one of the Ultras dies immediately, but the rest of the tanks not having a great time. The Ultras are clearing out the Marines with great ease. The tanks on the ground getting destroyed. Their up close personal is not where they want to be. This 4th base of SM-clad Strife is on fire. All the SCVs are getting killed. But it's a nice liftoff, though. Nice liftoff. Ultra comes through. Liberators chewing these Ultras for breakfast right now. That's a lot of dead Ultra. That is 12 dead Ultralisks. Trying to get through this front great wall of supply depots. They can't squish through, but Banelings and Lings can. Tank firing, Marine firing, final Ultra, 5 kills, but Liberator shots. Liberator shots are good. Resources lost here. The Zerg player is going to be 21,000 to 14,000 for the Terran. It's a lot of dead stuff. It's a lot of dead. 15 dead Ultras is a lot of dead Ultras. It's going to be 30 Hydras in production for A move, though. 30 Hydras that I think we're going to see turn into those little sneaky things, the lurkers in the ground. 6th base on the way from A move in the top side, and on the way, I mean, it's already done. It's getting gas. That's pretty much what A move needs. Although mineral stars, about 200 minerals here. SM-clad Strife is floating 1,500 minerals and 3,000 gas, which is a lot to float. The Liberators are moving out. The Hydras, intercepting them perfectly because they flew right over the creep. Obviously, the Hydras know where they are. And don't set up. Don't do that. Okay, all the Liberators are gone now. They killed some drones, which is good. They've killed 17 drones so far. 60 SCVs have been destroyed. SM-clad Strife actually catching up in that worker count a little bit. Sitting at 48, but I think everybody is at bases where they're oversaturated. The natural base and the 3rd base are way oversaturated. 13 lurkers in production right now. It's going to be all lurker, though. Again, the fact that he's trying to do this, well, he's not really trying to do this with, I mean, he did, right? Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. He attacked with the Hydras in a defensive position, and he's going to be on the offensive here with only lurkers, so I think we can live with it. 8 more lurkers on the way. The question is, do we have more Liberators at all? Anything from the sky? No, SM-clad Strife has Marines. He's got Marauders and Tanks and Hellbats and Hellions and a Widowmine, but none of those things are great against lurkers, as it turns out. You want to have, well, Tanks are really good. Marines are good in big numbers if they have upgrades and a lot of medevac support. What light keeps turning on and off right here? What? No, seriously, what's doing that? These lights are staying on, but somehow this lit up area is like flash, flash. Is it this? No, it's these. But it turns off. It doesn't turn off the source of the light. This is nuts. All right, so coming up here is SM-clad Strife. The lurkers need to burrow themselves in a place where they hope the Terran player is not going to scan. Trying to decide where that is. Okay. Top of this ramp. Top of this ramp. The Terran player not actually deciding to attack in here. Wow, so splitting his lurkers a little bit. Yeah, splitting his lurkers into 2 separate positions to get around each of the sides of the Terran player here. I think this first group might be enough. Oh, there's the scan, but it doesn't matter. Everybody is dead. Oh, man, and SM-clad Strife with the rage quit. The other group of lurkers was not even necessary. I mean, they burrowed themselves in nice little strategic locations, but SM-clad Strife decided to stand in and try to deal with this +2 attack on the lurkers, and there were a whole lot of them, and the armor was great, and there were only 2 tanks, and that was it. So A-move goes from, Zergling to an aborted Hydra to Baneling to Ultra to Lurker to win the game. Nicely done there by A-move, and we'll move on to our next game in this compilation in just a second. Welcome back to the Winter Wednesday by Falcon Paladin. This game will be between Schniggy and a Knight on Sequencer, the latter edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Schniggy. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is a Knight. So this is going to be a higher level game, sent to be at falconpaladin@gmail.com for One Trick Wednesday. Won't tell you who it was. Double extractor trick here from the Zerg player, but it should be pretty easy to see who's trying to do the challenge based on how the openings go here. So a ZVZ could be interesting, because usually the best compositions in ZVZ are going to be multitudinous, right? You want Roach or Ravager, Ling and Baneling, or Roach and Ravager, Ling and Baneling, Ling Bling, Muta, Infestors mixed in there too. just doing a straight up one type of unit composition can be difficult, and this is like a straight up Ling rush, which can be successful, but at this level, players know how to scout that, and they will be prepared with a wall off, which is difficult on this map, actually. This is a really hard... Well, no, I guess you have to knock down those rocks, so it's just this wall you have to worry about, and that's all cliffy. Yeah, so you can wall it off here to some extent with Evolution Chambers and Queens, get some Banelings up and really shut that down hard, or get out your own Roaches and Ravagers behind that wall. So we'll see. I'm not sure if we're going to see just straight Lings from somebody, or maybe a quick straight Baneling bust with only Banelings would be pretty damaging as well. It's just at the higher level this is, the harder it is to do. The harder it is to make work here. Alrighty then, so what else? What do we got here? Is anybody showing us? Both players are going for Lings and speed at the same time. +1 melee attack on the way from a Knight. So that is an indication that we could be sticking with Lings for quite a while here. I don't know exactly how we're going to do this. So, Roachwarren coming in for Schniggy. Okay, so I think it's a Knight. I think it's going to be a Knight that's moving out across the map here. Or not rather a Knight, but Schniggy's moving out at the same time that a Knight is. So he's got his speed first. Does he have his speed first? He has speed quite a few seconds before the red Zerg player does, and that means they're going to get home before Schniggy does. Schniggy heading all the way home to try to stop this, try to be ready for this, and it is a Roachwarren helping to wall off here. Queen going to stab at the same time. This Ling attack could be pretty damaging, but he actually pulls back, to attack the speedlings of Schniggy. Schniggy is trying to buy time, No, chase me, don't attack my natural base. That's a fool's errand. Oh, it's not a fool's errand at all. These Lings, no, don't get stuck there. The defensive Lings and the Queen. I think the Queen's probably going to die, but defensive Lings will clean this up right before the... not before the Queen died. All those Lings are dead except for 2 of them. Pretty good micro actually picking them off there from Schniggy. Nicely done by our red Zerg player. Alright, so Natural's done for a Knight. He didn't lose his Queen, which does help him a lot. More Lings on the way from a Knight. Okay, so this is a giant, straight up Ling forever push out of our blue Zerg player, our hero today, the one who's trying to do this challenge and going to kill another Queen. The Queen! Queen tries to run away, but the Lings, too many Lings, too much +1 attack here, and she survives. By too much, I mean not enough. 18 hit points on the Queen. She's still alive. Counterattack of Lings coming in from Schniggy, though. Also Lings in the natural base, killing Roaches for a Knight. Wow, but the counterattack, brutal out of Schniggy here. So many Lings, but the +1 helping a lot here from our blue Zerg player. The Queen actually survives. The defensive Queen here at A-Knight's base, still alive, 22 to 24 total harvesters. Lings trying to kill as many drones as they can and doing fairly well for themselves, but drones hit hard. Drones hit hard against those Zerglings. 12 more Lings on the way from A-Knight. It's going to be a Ling attack here. Schniggy has the Roachwarren. He's got the Roaches. This is going to be difficult. It's going to be a difficult thing to do for A-Knight to pull off here, but he's going to try to kill another Queen. This is a lot of dead Queens, actually. 3 dead Queens. For Schniggy in the first 5 minutes is not a great feeling. Roaches popping out just to immediately get surrounded and killed by Zerglings. Lings say, all right, you're going to defend your natural base. Let's go ahead. Kill your base at your... That's your natural. Does not defend the natural at all. Trying to defend the main. And again, Roaches are just slow. They're slow back and forth. You need a wall is what you need to deal with his constant Ling harassment. The Roaches are finally cleaning it up. Look at this. It's 22 to 24 harvesters. Schniggy is actually up in worker count compared to his opponent. I say this a lot, but if you're being hit like this, harassed to death, your opponent is cutting workers to get there. A Roach is holding the ramp. Are they just giving up on the natural? I don't know if that's a great idea. Lings with their +1 gonna take down this Roachwarren like it is made of Legos, I guess. It took some effort, but not a lot. Lings are getting cleaned up. Broodlings are fighting them as well. Nice job, Broodlings. Nicely done. And Roach is able to hold off the reinforcements. So Zergling here out of a Knight. That is a third base. I think is it a little off center? Looks a little off center, but maybe it's not. Maybe, no, it needs to be more nestled in here. I think that's off center for Schniggy, unfortunately. Okay, wave 2 me, A-Knight. What do you got for my wave 2? I don't really see you working on a wave 2, which makes me nervous. There is a lair coming in, though. Possibly just for upgrades. I don't know if this is going to be a great one with just straight Zerglings all the times, but Schniggy moving across the map with his Roaches. It's counterattack time. He says, I'm doing fine in economy. I recognize that, but at the same time, I'm a little bit worried about how things are going. I feel like A-Knight's trying to just kind of sit back and drone up off the back of that attack, hoping I won't counterattack, so I will take him by surprise. Oop, Lings coming in. Can they get that surround on this Roach group? They can. I'm not sure if there's enough Zerglings here, though, but their upgrades, once again, pretty fantastic. The +1 helping immensely Roaches are getting just removed from the game here way faster than I would expect. Bunch of roaches do still live. I mean, there are 6 of them. They're super hurt, though. But 122 lings have died and 14 roaches have joined them in that death. So now we have a bunch of injured roaches, which are not as effective as like 17 great roaches that are at full health. So kind of a standstill. Bit of a standstill right there. +1 ground carapace on the way from A Knight. That lair is done. I'd like you to do something with this. Another evolution chamber. Okay. All right. It's going to be lings. It's going to be lings all day long. There's that wall. There's that wall Schniggy need to be working on. This left side's pretty wide open, though. I don't know. Oh, I'm getting whispered. Didn't I turn off whispers? Hey, Railgun, how's it going? Can't respond. I am casting. I swear I turned that off. Turned off accept whispers when I'm doing things. Am I not set to busy? Maybe I'm not set to busy. Zerglings moving across the map here from A Knight. 32 to 34 Harvesters. Schniggy has that lead. He's got that lead. And can A Knight do something about this? I don't know. Again, these walls. I've seen these walls. As a Zerg player before, trying to get that roach. Oh, not a full wall off on the ramp. The Ling's getting us around on the roaches on the ramp. Some peeling off. Here to kill yet another queen, but good positioning by this queen. A little bit of some bad micro, but great positioning there. The Lings are still alive. They're killing the drones here. At Schniggy's third base as well. The queen is toast. All these drones are gone, and actually the counterattack of roaches are here from Schniggy. So a lot of drones dying from both players here, actually. Third base is a wasteland for Schniggy. Natural base is mining, but main base is toast, which is terrible. A Knight making 20 more Zerglings instead of trying to re-drone back up because he recognizes that these roaches are causing him immense amounts of problems here at this natural. The third base is done for A Knight, but he's not doing anything with it. Lings versus roaches. Get up against the wall. Get up against the wall. Don't get surrounded. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Too many Lings. Them roaches are dead. Counterattack by Schniggy effectively shut down. But we're sitting at 1 base versus 1 base. Schniggy has 22 workers. Is he mining? He's mining from his third again, which is fantastic. A Knight a little bit oversaturated. He's mining out in his main, but his natural is still alive and his third is still alive. So I think he can make this happen. +2/+2 on the way from these Zerglings. At some point, Schniggy, I think he just needs some Banes. Just a couple Baneling hits would really turn the tide in this match. I promise you that. Couple Banelings top of the ramp, couple Banelings over here in this mineral field. Like, the Lings want so badly to just run blindly everywhere as they get us around on your roaches. Again, the upgrade's not favoring you here, roach player. And you're going to win. But at the cost of all your roaches being different shades of orange and red. There's one that is green, but that's because he showed up to the battle late. They're okay. +1 missile attack on the way from Schniggy. Needed that real bad. Ravagers, also not bad in this situation. Corrosive Bowels on top of Lings that are kind of holding still are actually a pretty good response. Pretty good, something you should be trying here. So speeding it up here again as another wave of Zerglings comes in. If this doesn't culminate in some kind of an Ultralisk push, I'm going to be moderately upset. All right, A Knight coming down with his +2. No, not +2 yet. Working on +2. It's just such a long upgrade. Such a long upgrade. Trying to knock down this debris. The roaches say, no, get out. Can they not hit them from there? I bet Ravagers could. They're fantastic. Infestation Pit on the way from A Knight, and it's going to be a roach follow-up. No, Schniggy's getting that. That's an Infestation Pit from A Knight. Okay, so chasing these Lings all over Tarnation. Lings getting inside the main base. Again, Banelings at the top of the ramp would stop this from happening. It would stop it. Spawning Pool gets killed. Queen gets killed. Lings scouting out that third end, completely murdered. Rest of the Lings decide it's time to retreat. Another attack coming on in from our Zergy player. He is now sitting pretty on his +2/+2. 30 Zerglings in production right now. Is he going to try to win this thing with just straight upgraded Zerglings? It seems possible. 36 to 35 on that harvester count. Both players have their 3 bases. Both players have lost a ton. Another big roach attack. I think we've seen this. We've seen this show, Schniggy. Why would you not make some of these into Ravagers? Just extra range, extra damage done. I mean, fewer hit points, right? So that's kind of a trade-off against all of these Lings trying to get that surround off. Oh, from both sides. From both sides now. Roaches, no. I mean, not to say all the roaches are going to die, but I think all the roaches are going to die. +2/+2 Lings have a lot of DPS. And straight up trying to deal with them with roaches, unless you just have way more roaches than they do, it's a bad deal. 12 more roaches on the way from Schniggy. I mean, resources lost, let's take a look. It's 9,400 for the Zerg player, the red Zerg player, Schniggy, and 7,000 for A Knight. 36 drones lost for Schniggy as well, just because of the speed and the damage which the Lings are able to do. Hydralisk Den on the way from Schniggy. Oh, some Lurker would actually be pretty amazing here. Lurker would be good. Got some idle drones. Does Schniggy? I think he tried to transfer them, but this is a great wall here at the natural base. Guess what's not walled off? The third base! The third base is not walled off. A group of roaches are here, but we've seen this movie before. Burrow being researched by A Knights. I don't know exactly what that's all about, but the third base is in shambles. I feel like at some point Schniggy's going just going to give up the ghost here. Third base is going to die. Some roaches are here trying to save it. Broodling's trying to assist with a +1 armor. +1 armor here. +1/+1 done. The Lings, they run into the main base again. Is there a queen here to kill? No, there's not. We'll just kill the lair. How does that sound, Mr. Roaching player? And the answer is poorly. It sounds very poorly. These Lings are just killing it. And Schniggy with a good game. Schniggy is defeated and A Knight was victorious. Okay, so learning the lesson that Straight Ling can win ZVZ, even at the high diamond level. As long as your opponent doesn't make any banelings, or, you know, gets infestors or lurkers or anything, as we did not see there. Or the wall was not great either. All right, so that's it for that game. We'll come back with one more, and maybe two more, in this compilation in just a second. Welcome back to One Trick Wednesday, everybody. This is going to be our final game, and this is going to be between Negus Prime and Cacique on Blood Boil, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Negus Prime. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Cacique. So which one of these players will be doing the challenge? We don't know. We don't know yet. I don't know anyway. Maybe if you screen these, you know one of the three people that screened them. Special thanks, as always, to Uncle Vinny and Jonathan and Dawn for their time in helping me with this thing. Additionally, oh, who else helped with screening this time? There's someone else. It was definitely Jonathan. It was definitely Uncle Vinny. And it was one more, Nick. It was Nick. Thank you again, Nick. I don't know why I have trouble remembering the third person every time, but at least it's not the same third person every time. Oh, another quick announcement. If you've stuck around this long into the cast, I have started a podcast. One of my subscribers approached me about doing a podcast a while ago. I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm not sure if I have a lot of time or if I'm super interested, but we gave it a shot last night. We did it over Skype. We talked about artificial intelligence, about StarCraft as it relates to that a little bit. Talked about Marvel superhero movies. And it was a really fast 55 minutes. I feel like our camaraderie was good. I thought our cohesion was good. So watch this space. I'll probably have a special announcement about the podcast. It's going to be once a week, an hour or less every week, talking about just stuff, probably stuff in the tech world. We're going to be talking about E3 next time, which is a bit of a teaser for those of you interested in video games in general. So it's not going to be StarCraft-centric, but if it's something that you're interested in hearing more Falcon Paladin in podcast format with somebody from Australia, watch this space very, very closely, and we'll get you a link to that as soon as we have it. Okay, so Negus Prime versus Cacique here on Blood Boil. Just, again, a beautiful map. Just so well done. There's like extras, like artificial creep coming up here onto the bases too. I don't know what it is. It makes me nervous though. Makes me very nervous. So nobody's showing signs of going for anything yet, unless this is going to be double Zealot here from Cacique. Chrono Boost coming in. And is it going to be... Oh, it is. Okay, so it's going to be Zealot attack here from Cacique. First of all, this could be our challenger, which would be nice. Have we had a Protoss one yet? I don't know that we have... Oh, we did though. We did. It was a Zealot attack that just won. Straight up all Zealots. Just one there. So maybe this one will be... Oh, no, it's a Stalker. Dang it! 2 Zealots into a Stalker from Cacique. It's going to be Zerg. Gonna be Zerg. So much Zerg. Protoss players, please send me awesome stuff that my screeners will like. Although, maybe I should talk to my screeners and say, hey, are we intentionally maybe not giving Protoss the benefit of the doubt? No! I know at least 3 or 4 of them are Protoss mains themselves. That's not happening. Not happening. Cacique has a lot of probes that needs to expand. So bad. It needs to expand incredibly bad right now. 24 probes on that mineral line. And a double gas here that is not actually being used either. And then probe going down to expand at 500 minerals in the 3-minute mark. That's totally okay. That is totally just fine with me. All right, so going to be Ling attack. Ling attack for round 1 here from Negus Prime. And is he going to go? He's playing defense. He's worried about stuff that's going to come his way, although Kasike also playing defense, which is why we are on ×4 speed. Stargates warp in real fast on ×4 speed, you guys. They really do. Okay, Ling's moving across the map. We will go ahead and take a look at them. Going for a third very quickly is Kasike here at 4 minutes. And the Ling's going to probably shut this thing down. Can the Zealots hang with this? I think they can. Actually, this is a lot of Zealots. It's a lot of Lings too, but back to back to back. The Lings decide not to engage. Instead, going to head around. Where can we go? They say we're going to go here to this mineral line. Good job pulling the probes, though. Good job pulling the probes, allowing... Oh, that probe's holding everybody back. Probe, no bad. Micro probes now forced to fight, which is not what you want. Zealots, come help! No, why are you going away from this? Yes, you're kind of handling it. The probes were, but there are so many probes are dead. 16 dead probes. Because the Zealots were a little indecisive. Little indecisive there. All right, so Ling attack is done. Everyone's cleaned up. Round 2, probably going to be Roaches. Here from Negus Prime, he has Pneumatized Carapace, and it is an Oracle. An Oracle on the way out of this here Stargate. So let's take a look at our Oracle name list, which we have ready to go. This is Bidome, a Protoss Seer who dreamt of a distant planet ruled by an unusually massive breed of Nidus worm, and found that its extracted essence grants visions of the future. Hey, that sounds like Dune. So Bidome is here, moving across the map. The camera can't even keep up at 4 times speed. That's how fast oracles are. The camera's like, I don't know. Void Ray on the way from Kasike 2. You know what? If you're gonna go kill stuff, now is a really great time to kill stuff, Bidome. You got this thing. You got this thing. Kind of thinking about it. Okay, let this be a lesson to you lower level players. Go for it. At least go see what's in there. And yeah, a lot of drones are gonna die. Don't. All right, this base is free of queens. Go kill this base. Kill this base, Oracle friend. Okay, did it. Threw on Pulsar Beam. Not close enough to do anything with... That may be the single most disappointed Oracle of all time. It could not have been set up any better for you, Oracle. Do some damage here in the main. Queen can't kill you fast enough. Kill a bunch of drones. Move down to this natural base back here. There was nothing here. There are no queens. There were no spore crawlers. So you activate Pulsar Beam. Don't kill anything with it, and then toss down Revelation on this base. That was actually unique. Actually a unique experience for me. I've never seen that before. But if you follow up with Carrier... hiding that fleet beacon back here, there can be much forgiveness. Roach attack from Negus Prime, trying to get revenge on the no things that the Oracles killed. These Zealots are in trouble. Zealots not great against Roaches, especially when there are 3 of them against, how many is this, 17? 17 Roaches with no attack upgrades working on those though. Hey, look, a Void Ray. All right, so Void Ray is a pretty good answer here. Probes trying to run for their lives, which is entertaining. Roaches are like, you know what? We don't care. We're just going to kill all your stuff here at your natural base anyway. Actually, this is the 3rd base, huh? This is the 3rd base at the front. And it is Carriers from Kasike. The next wave's going to be Hydras from Negus Prime, which is a very intelligent choice, as there are 2 Void Rays currently killing every one of his Roaches. The 3rd base dies, though. Roaches probably should go maybe up in here to kill some probes, but instead they want this Assimilator, which doesn't seem like a high priority target to me, but... I'm not the one who's playing. Sometimes weird stuff happens. Roaches move. There it is. They're moving. They're moving. Prismatic alignment. Pro tip. Oh, those sentries are holding the ramp. There's nowhere for the Roaches to go. Just go home. Just go home. Prismatic alignment right here. Really helps you kill these Roaches more quickly. That is what I would suggest anyway. All right, so the probes try to come back, and some of them taking shots. One of them actually dying. That was a bit of a war zone to put them in. All the Roaches are dead, fulfilling the pact. Fulfilling the pact. 17 dead Roaches. And 20 dead Lings for Waves 1 and Wave 2. Wave 3 coming up next in the form of Hydralisk. In the form of Hydralisk. Oh, actually another wave of Roaches coming in. Never mind. Wave of Roaches here. Void Ray and Carrier is what they're having to deal with. The Roaches running from that. I mean, they don't want any part of this many Void Rays. 2 Void Rays and a Carrier? Although they're not running too far, so they're going to die anyway. Stalkers on the high ground here at this natural base, sniping from the high ground. You can't see us. You can't kill us. A 4th base coming in from Kasiki, though. 4th base also on the way from Negus Prime. His is done, though, to the right of his natural base. It's a bit of a ninja from Kasike. It is far away from where the Zerg player expects it to be, which is how you want to handle this. This is exactly how you want to handle this thing. So Hydra to deal with the Sky Toss. Excellent decision. +1/+1 done on these Hydralisks. Are they going to move out is the question of the day. Do they have muscular augments? +13, move speed 394. I think they do. I need to actually memorize what those values are when they have the muscular augments upgrade. Yeah, that's going to be it. That is going to be it. 5th base done for Kasike too. Man, he is 4th and a 5th done. He's macroing pretty hard for some early mistakes. All right, Hydra's aside, it's time to move on down. Time to go. Is this enough carriers to hold this off? The answer is going to be, I'm going to say no, as there are 4 of them, and there are 54 Hydralisks with +1/+1 and muscular augments. Overseer coming in just in case there are some DTs that could really wreck these Hydralisks' day. You know what? These pylons are a threat. There you go. Continuing to the pylons. Photon overcharge is a problem, although is there a mothership core? No mothership core for Kasike. Can build them, right? Yeah. Okay, this is Legacy of the Void. So Hydra's trying to sneak on down here to the natural base. The carriers are doing some damage. If the Hydras just attack the interceptors, I think they'd be okay. Focusing down the Void Ray. Oh, focusing down on one of the carriers first. Yeah, Carrier 1 dead. Carrier 2 dead. Carrier 3 getting focused down as well, but the Carrier's pulling back pretty smartly. 32 hit points on that dude. Hydralisks getting killed. This natural base going to die as well. Must distract Hydralisks from killing natural base. Will be the end of me, says our Protoss player. Void Ray dies very quickly. The anti-air capabilities of Hydras are super impressive. Pretty good micro from Kasiki, though, moving him back as necessary. But that is 49 dead interceptors, 4 dead carriers, 2 dead Void Rays, 10 zealots, and a couple stalkers. So natural base is toast for Kasike. Still has very sneaky bases along the left side. More Hydras coming in from Negus Prime, and not all of them doing a great job attacking the carriers, but some of them are doing a fantastic job of attacking the carriers, and this could just be it for our Protoss player. Sneaky base can only help him so much. A Swarm Host follow-up. Whole Swarm Host follow-up from Negus Prime. You know, the thing is, that would make a lot of sense against a player who recognizes the Mass Hydra and goes for something else. But this player sees Mass Hydra and says, I need more Void Rays. That is what this the Sky Toss player says. Which I don't know how I feel about. This is just a straight-up Hydralisk massacre here. The main is going to die. I mean, there are 3 Void Rays and a carrier here. Probe's going to fight as well. Left side Probe's not doing so well. Right side Probe's doing better. Doing a lot better, actually. Making these Hydralisks confused. Is he going to sacrifice these Hydras? He's killing the interceptors, which makes the carrier pretty much useless. Void Rays are toast. Okay, so yes. Negus Prime didn't have the best micro here, but Hydra's using their melee attack against Probes. It's 53-10 total Harvesters. Main base is gone for our Protoss player. Wave of Hydralisks doing what they're supposed to do. Carrier trying to run away, trying to escape. Does escape over a cliff, which the Hydralisk cannot chase him down. And again, Swarm Host against a carrier player. Not wonderful. Big gateway army coming in from Kasiki, though. He has enough money to do some stuff and some available supply, too. So again, I'm pretty sure Zerg player doesn't know about these bases. Dude, your opponent is not being revealed, and you've killed every Nexus you know that they have. It is time to go find. Time to play the Find the Other Nexus. Did he kill one of his own roaches? I think he killed one of his own roaches, though, because of the wave. Okay, natural base. Nope, not where it is. Okay, find third base. Still not where it is. There are other bases on this map. You gotta find them. Send this drone out. Send. That's not an Overlord. I keep thinking it is. First, like, there's a little bit of red. A little tiny bit of red there. Oracle finally doing some stuff. Here at this, I want to say it's a 4th base of the Zerg player. I mean, Hydras are going to murder it so quickly. Carrier here with 14 kills. Just going all Wolverines on the Zerg here. Outnumbered, outgunned, and now it's officially time to go Wolverines. Is it? No, you're escaping? The carrier is escaping. Get out of there, carrier. Go to the high ground. Don't stop and fight. No, 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 no. You gotta be guerrilla warfare. You gotta juke back and forth. Poor guy. Poor guy. Are we still doing this? How are we still doing this? Hydra's running around. Tell me you see a base now. No, I'm gonna check these corners. Gonna check these corners. And it's gonna be mass zealot here. Are the Hydras just... They're not an attack move. Now they are. Look at them position themselves almost by accident. In a good location. But the zealots win that one. With no upgrades, mind you. No upgrades whatsoever. Still managed to win that thing. So Mass Zealot. So now it's time for the Swarm Hosts to get something done here. Nega says, I found you. I found you. Zealot chasing this army down as well. And the Swarm Hosts trying to set up in a nice little place where they can throw down their locusts upon this base and eat those Zealots. Eat them because they are delicious. They are delicious like candy. Keep in mind, at the end of this cast, I will tell you what the challenge is for next time, or for next time-ish. Locust murdering everything. Yeah, all those Zealots are dead. All these pylons are going to die. It's going to take a while to supply block this Protoss player. But you can get there. You can get there eventually. All the Locusts explode. Second base is up for Cacique, and again, a lot of pylons are up. Are you ready for another wave of Locusts yet? No? Man, it takes forever. Takes forever to spawn Locusts. Dark Shrine on Cacique. When behind, Dark Shrine. Locust wave initiate. Locust wave initiate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base. Done for Negus Prime. Here we go. Locust coming on down to kill this very sneaky 4th base of Cacique. Very sneaky and Cacique. Locusts not doing the best at using all of their timed life, but okay, the Nexus is gone. Pylons dying. Gateway possibly going to die before the Locusts expire. They get it! They get it. And we wait for round 3 of this Locust Swarm. I think Negus is pretty much going to win this thing with Swarm Host. Burrow! Burrow! Oh, there's the Burrow. Oh, there's the Burrow. That's bad news. Locust can go. Locust can go. Locust can go! Do you have any detection? No? Alright, so the Locusts pop out. Kill this base. Oh, expanded back at his 3rd base at Cacique. Alright. That is exciting. This is... This is a really long, drawn-out death for my Protoss fans, isn't it? It is. It's super long and drawn out. Dark Templar coming in, though. They have some things on their mind. And you know what? If there's nothing to defend against them, because you kind of have to send your whole army out and sacrifice them. Yeah. Alright, so DTs could do pretty well here. Queen trying to defend by herself. No. 4 DTs is enough. This could turn into a bit of a base race. Heading home are the Swarm Hosts. They've got DTs stuck. Why are the DTs not... How are they not attacking? They must be trying to move. Like, really trying to move. And not getting stopped here. Dark Templar kind of laying waste to the Zerg base here. Which is really bad news for our Zerg player. There it is. DTs finally decide time to attack. Time to attack these Swarm Hosts. There's the Burrow. Locusts need to pop out right about now. Just finish these off. There we go. Kill something with these Locusts. It's kind of a waste if you're not using Locusts on every rally here. Evolution Chamber working on +3 missile attack. Denied. Other Evolution Chamber working on a +3 ground carapace. Denied. Lair on fire as well. Pylons exploding. Okay, so you think you've won, Zerg player, but you have not. You can see that. DT's still... DTs are still kind of wrecking here. This is amazing. Alright, new lair for Negus Prime. Can he save it? Is the question of the day. I don't think it really matters. He's trying to get up as many spine crawlers as possible, but these spore crawlers are going to die very quickly too. No upgrades in the Dark Templar. It does not matter. It really doesn't matter at all. Queen dead. Drones dead. Spine crawlers dead. This 3rd base on the low ground behind his main is out. Spine crawlers pop up. Oh, how do they know what to attack? Oh, there's an Overseer. There is an Overseer here. Alright, but it's not... I mean, 1 spine crawler versus 6 DTs is not a great fight. Not a great fight at all. Swarm Hosts do see... Okay, this is the final base of Cacique. The final stand of Cacique. They're so good against larva, DTs are. Why is that? 45 damage. Is it straight up? It's not mitigated by anything. Locust coming in to attack stuff. There we go. Going after some of these probes. Cacique's down to 21 probes, but I mean, Negus Prime doesn't have that many either. So Dark Templar trying to get rid of these spine crawlers. Doing okay with it. Trying to kill this queen. Might... Ooh, no. Nope, not going to happen. Not going to happen at all. So I think we're being revealed now. I think Cacique is being revealed now. The DTs are all gone. Oh, there's still some more. There's still some more DTs up here. Spine crawlers and spores is what we're defending with as a Negus Prime. And he's going... His Roach Warren's coming back. His Hydralisk Den is coming back as well. And this base is out for Cacique. So the final buildings, they're all being revealed. They're all down here. This is going to be it. This going to be it. Dark Templar could probably finish off this lair. All three of them, if they wanted. Queen trying to stay alive. Oh, does stay alive. Manages to juke extremely well. More DTs come in, though, and they're going to clean this thing out. Yeah. And they got it. This lair is in a lot of trouble. But Locust killing all of these probes. I mean, pylons. Bad news. What's the building? This is the final building for Cacique. In the bottom left corner, the lair for Negus Prime is going to die. He's still mining from a base, from two bases, which is good. It's a lot better than the Protoss player is doing. You see this part. You see this. You see this. Go kill it. Go and kill it. I think he's going to try to kill it. I think he's going to try and kill it. No, he's going the wrong way. Why? You can kill the Protoss player. There's nothing left. Trying to rebuild his base is Cacique here. He has enough money for a Nexus even, which is useful. Okay, he's saved. He saved his hive. Hive saved. Now it's time to go murder stuff. Cacique has rebuilt his base. The probes are all building another base, kind of getting in each other's way. More often than not, Locusts trying to spawn and fly to some kind of a target. But they're dead now because they can't go very far. Dark Templar clearing out creep tumors. This base gets canceled from Cacique. Okay, so splitting up the swarm host, maybe not a bad idea if you're Negus Prime. Ah, well, this base is toast anyway. And it will tell you, there's another base somewhere because it's not being revealed. It's probably over here. Oh, thank goodness it's over here. Thank goodness it's over here. Locusts going for it. 2 Locusts first. They force a cancel. Is that it? Is that... No one other... Oh, Cacique. Oh, Cacique does not want to leave this game. Has no interest in leaving this game at all. Probe's actually catching a swarm host against a wall. No, my crap. And they get it. The probes get a swarm host kill. That is actually super mega impressive. All right, Locust, go for it. Locust, come get this final pylon. Is he seriously building another pylon? The answer is yes. Probe's killing another swarm host. Look at him go. Look at him back this dude against the wall and just murder him so hard. Pylon gonna die, and is that it? No. Nope. It's not. Where are our buildings? Oh, these probes are dying. That really hurts the cause. Oh, right over here. Right over here, swarm hosts. There's right here. No more pylons along the left side. This is dumb. This has actually gotten stupid right now. 140 to 13 total supply. There's an Archon. Somehow Cacique made an Archon. I have no idea how he pulled that off. 0%. Cacique has enough to make another base. He's just throwing up. He's got probes everywhere. Is he throwing up pylons everywhere? Is the question of the day. Pylon dead. And that's it. Cacique is defeated and Negus Prime is victorious. Yeah, that was a silly final entry, wasn't it? It was. It really was. Okay, so that's going to be it for our One Trick Wednesday this week. It was an interesting experiment, I would say. Got some good games out of it anyway. Okay, the challenge for next One Trick Wednesday, well, for the One Trick Wednesday for June 28th is going to be Nexus Wars mode. You must A-move all attacking units to your opponent's main as soon as they spawn, warp, or train. No micro. So you make a Marine, attack with him immediately. You make a Zealot, attack with him immediately. You make 2 Zerglings, attack with him immediately. Okay, so you can time it, right? You can time it to where you make a bunch of Lings all at once, that all attack at once. Or you make a bunch of Barracks and time them so that all 5 of Marines pop out at the same time and attack at the same time. But this actually might favor Zerg this time around, if you think about it, but they have a lot of faith in my Protoss and Terran fans as well. They can make this thing happen. So, without further ado, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.